You and I in a little toy shop, buy a bag of balloons with the money we got, set them free at the break of dawn, till one by one they were gone. Back at base, bugs in the software flash the message, something's out there floating in a summer sky. 99 red balloons go by. 99 dreams I have had, and every one a red balloon. It's all over and I'm standing pretty in the dust. There was a city. If I could find a souvenir just to prove the world was here, here it is, a red balloon. I think of you and let it go.
Reminder, Jesus is coming back. Meet me by the garden gate, because dark apparitions lie in wait for lonely angels who cannot fly away in a swirl of endless mystery. Scatter the swarm of crows, and you'll find us crew spinning in the spotlight after everyone has fled the big top to their lofts and apartments downtown. I try not to be the cynic who deflates his own hopeful aspirations, but sometimes unbelief besets me and I wonder. I miss you so much it hurts, and by definition I am in love with a ghost. Though the deep longing I have for your presence all but kills me, I've discovered a cool melody feels good on my throat and in my ears, and somehow it does the heart good. All tunnels lead deeper underground, and some of them are flooded with salt water, so it will be a fight all the way. But if you listen closely, you can hear the ocean is calm on the other end.
The leaves were falling from the great oak at the meadow's edge. They were falling from all the trees. One branch of the oak reached high above the others and stretched far out over the meadow. Two leaves clung to its very tip. "It isn't the way it used to be," said one leaf to the other. "No," the other leaf answered. "So many of us have fallen off tonight, we're almost the only ones left on our branch." "You never know who's going to be next," said the first leaf. Even when it was warm and the sun shone, a storm or a cloudburst would come sometimes, and many leaves were torn off, though they were still young. You never know who's going to be next. "The sun seldom shines now," sighed the second leaf, "and when it does, it gives us no warmth. We must have warmth again." "Can it be true," said the first leaf, "can it really be true that others come to take our places when we're gone? And after them still others, and more and more?" "It is really true," whispered the second leaf. "We can't even begin to imagine it. It's beyond our powers." "It makes me very sad," added the first leaf. They were silent a while. Then the first leaf said quietly to herself, "Why must we fall?" The second leaf asked, "What happens to us when we've fallen?" "We sink down. What is under us?" The first leaf answered, "I don't know. Some say one thing, some another, but nobody knows." The second leaf asked, "Do we feel anything? Do we know anything about ourselves when we're down there?" The first leaf answered, "Who knows? Not one of all those down there has ever come back to tell us about it." They were silent again. Then the first leaf said tenderly to the other, "Don't worry so much about it. You're trembling." "That's nothing," the second leaf answered. "I tremble at the least thing now. I don't feel so sure of my hold as I used to." "Let's not talk any more about such things," said the first leaf. The other replied, "No, we'll let be. But what else shall we talk about?" She was silent, but went on after a little while. Which of us will go first?" "There's still plenty of time to worry about that," the other leaf assured her. "Let's remember how beautiful it was. How wonderful when the sun came out and shone so warmly that we thought we'd burst with life. Do you remember?" and the morning dew, and the mild and splendid nights. Now the nights are dreadful, the second leaf complained, and there is no end to them. We shouldn't complain, said the first leaf gently. We've outlived many, many others. Have I changed much? Asked the second leaf shyly but determinedly. Not in the least, the first leaf assured her. You only think so because I've got to be so yellow and ugly. But it's different in your case. You're fooling me, the second leaf said. No, really, the first leaf exclaimed eagerly. Believe me, you're as lovely as the day you were born. Here and there may be a little yellow spot, but it's hardly noticeable and only makes you handsomer. Believe me. Thanks, whispered the second leaf, quite touched. I don't believe you, not altogether, but I thank you because you're so kind. You've always been so kind to me. I'm just beginning to understand how kind you are. Hush, said the other leaf, and kept silent herself, for she was too troubled to talk anymore. Then they were both silent. Hours passed. A moist wind blew, cold and hostile, through the treetops. Ah, now, said the second leaf, And then her voice broke off. She was torn from her place and spun down. Winter had come.
From the book Bambi by Felix Salten, 1928. Read by Ted Strasser. I want this real bad. Always be full of joy in the Lord. I say it again, rejoice. Let everyone see that you are considerate in all you do. Remember, the Lord is coming soon. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need, and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:4-7, NLT. Hi friends. I'm in a rare place right now where everything is lining up perfectly. I don't have anything on the books except to make the next OC record a reality, and I've got new inspiration and ideas flowing faster than I can jot them down or demo them out. Usually when I schedule studio time, I also get writer's block, and it's a mad rush until I run out of time or leave for tour. But right now it's all clicking. I'm thrilled to be returning to an old familiar approach of making a record which is all about letting it live and breathe and pull into focus naturally. No time limits, no restrictions, no deadlines, no scrambling last minute. Just letting the music emerge and unfold and evolve organically. This is my favorite part. Gonna be awesome. Adam. Once upon a time, there was a super ugly witch with a wart on her nose, and she rode around on broomsticks and rake handles and golf clubs and fishing poles and old rolls of carpet. Nobody liked her because she was mean and she never brushed her teeth. One day, a grizzly bear was trying to catch a fish in a river for his dinner when the witch flew overhead and burned all his fur off with a lightning bolt. "Why?" shouted the bear. The witch just laughed and turned up her headphones. The next day, a nerd was alone in his room playing World of Warcraft on his laptop. The witch flew by his window and disconnected his internet and flew away shrieking as the nerd shouted, "Why?" The next day, an old man was in the woods duck hunting when the witch flew by shouting and cackling to herself. The old man was so old he almost died. The next day, the witch was flying over a town when her broomstick ran out of gas and she crashed through an open window and into the bedroom of an incredibly loud and annoying girl. The witch panicked because the girl immediately started yelling and talking and squealing and screaming and crying and shaking and asking questions at the top of her lungs, and no matter what the witch did, she could not get the girl to shut up. The girl was in fact so annoying that the witch swore she would never be mean to anyone again for as long as she lived. The witch is still alive today. Some say she lives alone in the woods and headbangs to techno music. The end.